What is up, everybody? You're very welcome along to tonight's late night agenda. It is, let me think, Monday. Definitely is Monday. I mean, they're blended into each other at this point. It's hard to tell. Honestly, woke up earlier on, thought it was Thursday. No joking. I was waiting around, see if something come delivered on Friday. I'm thinking, oh, I'll be here tomorrow. It's like, nah, dickhead, it's Monday. So there you go. As you can see, when I've got my cans on, usually means I've got somebody on the line. Delighted to say I'm joined by the other half of Anfield agenda. The brains, definitely not the beauty. Mr. Connor Crosby, how are you, sir?
Every time you ask me this, I always say, Asher, I'm not too bad. And I'm going to say it again, I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. I think I'm getting good at giving a compliment and an insult in the same sentence. I've been working on that. Like, it's something that I've been trying to build up from my repertoire.
I think it's called a neg. Yeah, you're good at it.
There you go. If I was out in the dating scene now, I'd be just, I'd be just swimming in ghee, mate. Just swimming in it. I wonder if that's an Irish word, by the way. And welcome, this is the football channel, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to tonight's stream to God knows where. Look, we do have a lot to get through. As you can see, Mr. Crosby has been at his most creative with that thumbnail tonight. That is an absolute thing of beauty. And Connor, look, there is nowhere else for us to start and nowhere else for us to even begin to talk about than the sexy, sexy, sexy reports that Jurgen Norbert Klopp Clippity Klopp. Jurgen Norbert Klopp has had himself a little phone call apparently with the father who represents Kylian Mbappe. And that's just not any father that represents Kylian Mbappe. I think it's his own father, I'd go as far as to say it's his own father that represents him and not Jimmy's dad from down the street. So how excited does that make you? Whether it's true or not, I believe it might be. I think it will be. I hope it is. What do you think, Klopp?
Look, let's be fair. Like, with how deprived of football and everything we are, we will latch on to every single fucking bit of good news we can get. So I'm fully believing this. In my head, we've signed him already, just because I need something to perk me up. Even though it probably never happened, but still fun to think about.
Alright, right. Would I be lying to you if I said I got out of the shower earlier on and I didn't do the Kylian Mbappe goal celebration phrase in front of the mirror? Like, I absolutely did. I'm not even going to lie about it. That's how much I'm excited by the prospect of this, because we'll go back a couple of weeks ago and we were wondering if and maybe Jadon Sancho. And we'd gone past hashtag Mbappe 2020, at least in my little mind, Connor. I'd never really thought it to be something that could come true, but in the current climate that we're in, and I keep talking about this, and I'm not really a financial expert, but I'm also not a moron, so I've got a fair grasp on things, I think. There aren't many clubs in the world right now who could put their hands in their pockets and they get the type of money that it would take to bring Kylian Mbappe from Paris Saint-Germain to Liverpool, to Manchester, to Madrid, to wherever it might be. And we would be one of the clubs in that conversation, mate, for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting because like we said, with the whole pandemic at the minute, like, there won't be as much cash floating around. Like, would we actually be able to afford them? Would any club be able to afford them? Like, what money would they want? Probably at least £250 million. Like it's ridiculous money.
That's a lot of money. Like, there's no disguising the fact that, like, this is blowing your load. Like, this is literally, looking under the sofa, moving things, beg, borrowing, and stealing. Like, that's, I can equate this to the type of situation. When you go out and you say to yourself, I'm going to buy myself a new car and I've got a budget of 10 grand, you always end up looking at 12 and 13 grand cars. That's kind of the way I equate this. Like, Jurgen Klopp has stressed time and time again that it's very, very, very difficult to improve a squad that is as good as the one that we have. And there is no doubt, mate, that the likes of Kylian Mbappe would improve the squad. And look, I don't know whether it's to be believed or not, but I do know that it has been reported rather widely, and I haven't seen too many denials floating around.
Yeah, usually good old Jimbo's out, like, squashing all these rumours, but nothing as of yet. The only thing that we can latch onto, I suppose, is the fact that Nike are coming in. Like, in that sense, it does make some form of sense. If they want a big money signing for, like, the new kits and everything, like, that's the only thing you could really say that's plausible in this whole situation. That's the one thing that we could use to get him in.
True. Thomas McGee wants to know, Connor, do you miss the hashtag, the hashtag Mbappe 2020 that used to be a staple of the Anfield agenda streams?
Yeah, do you reckon, like, if the summer transfer window doesn't go ahead now because of the pandemic, will it be Mbappe 2021 then?
I don't know. It could be just, what's the symbol for infinity? Isn't it just like a dot or something, or like
It's like
whatever
a
the symbol?
side by side kind of, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever that is, that's it. It'll be Mbappe that. That's what we'll end up with, I think, when this comes. Because Mbappe will probably be Lionel Messi's age, still at Paris Saint-Germain, still being really good, nobody's doing it, we'll still be sitting here talking about him. It's like United fans that still talk about Ronaldo as their boy, although, at least in fairness to them, he did play for their club. Look, hand on heart, Connor, do you think that this is something that would happen, or will happen?
Probably not, to be fair. I think
James Pearce? Hello, Jimmy. Is that you?
Every report that I have seen around Mbappe from reliable journalists has said he's pretty much nailed on to go to Real Madrid at some point, and I'd probably agree. To be fair, that seems more likely.
Look,
I wouldn't say no. You have to hope, really.
Yeah, look, there is a lure for him to Real Madrid outside of the fact that Real Madrid are a magnificently huge club. One of his idols of football, Zinedine Zidane, is currently head coach at Real Madrid, and Zidane has made no secret of the fact that if there was one player on earth he could go and get, it is Kylian Mbappe. So I just question, Connor, whether Real Madrid, and this is a really, do you know what, it feels like a good thing to say, but I wonder, could Real Madrid actually afford this?
Yeah, it seems they signed Hazard, they signed Mane, they're going to sign Pogba and everyone else as well. Sure, they definitely can't then.
And that's without the fact that they're apparently spending a whole heap of money to improve the Bernabeu without adding a single seat. Do you remember I sent you a link to that before? The new new stadium they're building with rotating seats or something, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting though, because even Real will be struggling to afford them now. Like I was saying to you the other day, we might see an awful lot of swap deals going on. So you reckon they might offer them Bale or someone as part of an exchange?
They can't seem to give that man away, which is really, really strange.
Else, but you know what I mean? One of the more valuable assets, let's say.
Yeah, true. You might end up having to give away a Vinicius Junior or a Rodrigo or somebody like that, perhaps. The Gareth Bale one, though, while you raise it, and it's not somebody we really talk about on the stream much, because why would we? He's not ever linked to Liverpool, but that has been a really strange situation the way things have worked out, because there's no denying the man's talent. When he first arrived there, that goal against Barcelona, I keep bringing it up. The one way he runs around the edge of the pitch, basically goes round, gets himself a pint of milk from the shop, comes back, still goes past the Barcelona defender and bangs it in and scores. That was ridiculous. What's happened? What has happened at Real Madrid that they don't utilise them? And the only time that the fucker seemed to have utilised them properly was when he came on and destroyed us in the Champions League final.
Yeah, even the fans seem to hate him, which makes no sense. I can't admit I watch Real Madrid very often or anything, but he surely hasn't been that bad. Whenever I do see him, he is unbelievable. So I don't really get it. I
think there was a talk of him maybe moving to China, but then that new rule came in China that we spoke about before about players. Loads of players leaving because there's going to be they're going to have to take they're going to have to take massive wage cuts. So that fell through. And now he's also getting to an age, I suppose, where nobody's really got to stump up 70, 80, 90 million quid for a Gareth Bale. So then you're starting to think, will he go somewhere like Spurs? I mean, I'm sure that the likes of Mourinho would love that, because that is a Mourinho type of a player. An aging player, still has a bit left in his legs, maybe still has something to prove, can get 2 or 3 seasons out of him, leave the club and don't give a fuck about the fact that Tottenham say we'll be stuck with him on 350 grand a week then for the next, I don't know, God knows how long. Or maybe, and this is really me spitballing, Connor, what if they gave up on Kylian Mbappe, and by they I mean Real Madrid, and they turned their attention to Sir Harold of Tottenham, and perhaps maybe start talking about Bale and that?
I was just about to say that, yeah, we've seen Kane linked to Madrid for a long time, so it would make sense for Bale to go back, I suppose. Like you said, yeah, it's absolutely a Mourinho thing to do, just to suck him over in a few years when he's on mad money at the age of 32.
Yeah, it seems like it's a hallmark of Jose Mourinho. Nobody will ever be able to deny that the man usually goes in and wins trophies somewhere, but he does usually leave you with a big wage bill and an aging squad when he leaves. Look, let's go over and talk to some people in the chat and get some comments from people. I know that when I've got a guest on that I usually ignore a lot of people, so let me go to you guys. Any questions you have for myself or Connor, please do put them in the chat. Most importantly, we are getting towards the end of the month, ladies and gentlemen, and the end of the month for ourselves and many other broadcasters means it's time to tally up on Hot Mic. So we still have this stream and one more stream remaining. Connor, do you want to tell people for once what they need to do if they want to get that Hot Mic app?
Right, here we go. You're going to go to the description.
Hang on. Cue 8 Mile music in the background here. This is his moment. Mom Spaghetti, come on.
Okay, so you're going to go to the description. You're going to click the top link which says download Hot Mic. You're going to open that. You're going to download the app. You're going to sign up with whatever email you want. It doesn't matter what email you use. Just sign up for the fucking app. Type in the code Anfield Agenda or Anfield. No spaces, all capital letters, all that bollocks. Just Anfield, the easy one. Anfield, all capital letters. You're signed up then, easy peasy. Go to broadcasters. You don't even have to scroll down the broadcasters page. We're that fucking high up. So just click follow on us, and there you go. You're following us. You'll get notifications whenever we're live.
I'm going to give you a 99. The only reason I'm docking you 1 point there is you left out the lemon squeezy. And, I mean, it was almost perfect. True. That is true. Maybe I'll mark you back up then. There you go. We'll give you full marks on that one. But look, it does mean a lot to us. And I always like to try and equate to people, Connor, what them signing up and downloading the app and putting in the code Anfield and what that means to us with regards to monetary value without telling them. So let's push it over. Usually for me it's a bag of Kyos and a can of Coke. What would it buy Mr. Crosby, the normal person that follows us on Hot Mic and downloads the app? What would it get you?
So yeah, I don't really buy much, to be fair.
But you
how many Freddos is that? That's
there you go. There he is. I knew he was coming to it.
I don't know. You probably buy me like a can of Monster or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he does. He equates everything to me in Freddos whenever we're in conversation. If he says to me, "Look, somebody won the American Lotto," he would say, "Do you know that would buy you X amount of Freddos?" And I'm not even joking. And then he goes on a rant about how the cost of Freddos have gone up in value.
40 cents. 40 cents there, I think. It could even be more. They used to be like 15 or 20. It's an outrage.
I bought them for about 10p.
This is a much more serious thing.
There's a stream in this somewhere, mate. There is. Somewhere down the line when there's a podcast or a stream, that there is one in this. I'm not even going to lie. Matthew Burton, thank you for the super sticker, mate. And Joanne, thank you earlier on for the super sticker as well. I don't know who in YouTube, Connor, came up with the idea of super stickers, but I much prefer them to super chats because, I don't know, they make me feel like I want to be a bit more physically active. Rather than super chats are great, people get their comments read out, we love to do it, but there's something about the super sticker dudes that just motivate me, and I don't know what it is.
They are pretty cool, yeah. You always like to imitate him when they come in, don't you?
I do, yeah. This lad's doing cool, holding up something, so I guess it's co-opting his head a bit.
Get the Canada Deutsch Have out there and recreate it.
People always have one. And you know I was whoring myself out to Diet Coke again today on Twitter.
I've seen that, yeah. You gotta respect it though.
You gotta respect the hustle. Like I'm not even trying to tagging Kyos and Diet Coke in the same tweet. So
Kyos. Yeah, I'm running out. I need to buy some. You know, not the way I talk to them, to my audience. Yeah, you should just like send me some. That's what's basically you.
Do you know what? It's gotten worse because do you remember when we were in Orlando last year? They sent a hamper to my house as just a lovely gesture. And I got home, and of course the cheese and onion crisps and all the stuff I liked were there. But my daughter has now developed a taste for their sweet and salty popcorn, which are really difficult to get. So now we've got two junkies in the house with regards to Kyos, but she's on the popcorn side and I'm on the crisp side. So yeah, so we do got to keep them stocks up as well. So yeah, that's why you horn yourself out on Twitter. Matthew Burton and Connor, I have a question I meant to ask you. Actually, might as well do it live when you're on. What are we working on with the next super sticker? What's your thought? Not super sticker, excuse me. Anfield Agenda membership emoji. What's your thought for the next one? Should we ask for some suggestions, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, send in some suggestions. I think we need to blame Connor one at some point, definitely.
Definitely, and fuck Void. That's another one that we need at some point as well.
Full and Void my earth.
Seamus Moore said Kyos, salt and vinegar. Oh, Smith, don't get me started. Any of them. Any of the Kyos will do. Over to Hot Mic saying Craig, when's the next watch-along? Whenever there's the next game of football. There is potential to talk about German football a little bit down the line as well. And we will talk about that. A few bullshit rumours, but I have Connor on the spot here, letting him think about what he's going to do with regards to the emojis. And if you want to join and become a member, is it blue, the join button, Connor?
I think it's blue. It's beside where the subscribe button would usually be.
Yes, so
See
if
what
you
I
do
said
want to
usually,
become a
since
member,
I know you're subscribed.
yeah, of course you subscribe. Of course you are. Even though you showed me an interesting stat one day, was it like almost 50% of the people that watch your streams aren't subscribed?
I think it's over 50, so let's like make that under 50. Everyone who's watching now who isn't subscribed, hit the button. It's not that hard.
Yeah, please do. And we're on the road to 40k. And my God, Connor, this has been a long road. I mean, we thought we were
Has
dancing our way there when the football was as it was, and we probably would have been way past it by now. So look, every single one of you guys that tune in to watch our streams, we appreciate it. Please do hit that subscribe button, as Connor has said. Please do give us a thumbs up. But most importantly, I want to keep moving up the league table over on Hot Mic, and I think we're 5th right now, if my memory serves me correct. So
I think
every
so, yeah.
single one of your follows on there helps. And look, I struggle to explain to people what Hot Mic is, Connor, and they're fucking sick of me talking about it, but
I'm sick of talking about it too.
it's difficult to big something up until you actually get to see the real benefit of it. And a massive benefit of it is going to come when football, sport, whatever it is, any live type of interaction comes back. So let's say when we get to play Everton, I mean, Hot Mic will allow you to open up your phone, like Connor said, hit the sync button. It'll listen to your telly, find out the point that you're at, and it will take out the commentary of whatever it is, Sky or BT. You'll lower down your television. You'll hear my commentary or whatever commentator you choose to use. They will play through your soundbar. They will play through either your mobile device, whether it be your phone, your tablet. But the cool function, Connor, that you love is one that I never know how to describe, and I call it the follow around function.
Yeah, so basically, picture this. You're sitting there, lovely, just listening to Craig's beautiful commentary, watching the match. Suddenly, you get a WhatsApp message. All the lads are slagging you in the group because Liverpool have gone down. You want to tell them to shut the fuck up, and you can't because you can't leave the YouTube app. With Hot Mic, you can leave the app, go to WhatsApp, slag them off, and you'll still be able to watch Craig in the corner of your phone. It's absolutely beautiful.
There you go. And it is quite handy. And there's a few apps that do have those, and I do use them. So I do find it quite handy with Hot Mic as well. Jersey Boy sent us a £10 super chat. Thank you very much, mate. You are indeed, as you've written yourself, legend. Really appreciate that. Right, and Hot Mic, how can you fuckers help us? I hear you ask. Nobody says, but Craig asks that anyway. Hit the share button. That's all you have to do over on Hot Mic. Craig, we cannot afford him, said Kevin with regards to Kylian Mbappe. And look, I'm going to move on from Mbappe to my what I call bullshit rumour section, but I want to just tackle that one question, Connor, for a second. And of the Kevin believes we can't afford him. I think we can. Whether that involves us perhaps selling a Mohamed Salah or not, I don't know. But with Nike, with the increased revenue that we've had over the past, 18, 24 months, the success of 2 Champions League runs all the way to the final, winning one of them, this new deal with Nike as well, which gives Liverpool a guaranteed amount and then a percentage on every sale of a Nike product with a Liverpool badge on it. And then, as you said, the potential that maybe he could be like somebody like a Nike athlete as well. There could be a little hidden incentive push there. I mean, I like to take things at face value, but I also like to believe that there's some skullduggery, mate, that goes on behind the scenes, and that Nike might say, go on, should get over there to Liverpool. We're launching with Liverpool. You get yourself over there, Kylian, mate, and we'll make sure you're looked after.
It's a strange one because just because you can afford something doesn't mean you really should. Like, take it, like, if you have $2,000 in the bank, you're not going to go spend $2,000 on Freddos just because you can. Back to the Freddos again. And, like, Boy has point down to Chad as well, the wage structure as well. Like, if we bring him in and suddenly he's on £400,000 or £500,000 a week and the rest of the squad on maximum $250, like, everyone will be gotten boosted. Like, there's more costs associated than just the fee. But then again, you will bring in more money because of who he is. And, like I said, kit deals and... selling kits and Nike money and everything, but I don't know. I'm not running Liverpool's finances, but I can't imagine we can actually do it.
There's a massive opportunity here in my mind for agents and Cadburys and stuff to get together, and that all contracts can now be contractually obliged to be your wages paid in Freddos or amounts of Freddos.
I heard you say Cadburys there. I was wondering, did he say Cadburys? What are you talking about?
I did, yes. Imagine sitting down like, how dare you insult me with 24,000 Freddos a week? My client won't get out of bed. I ain't sneaking a few of them caramel ones either, you sneaky son of a bitch, because nobody wants the caramel ones. They can go to hell.
they'd probably promise him that and then just pay him. Know them like Mondelez vouchers that they send out if you ever have a problem, or Mendelez or whatever they're called. It's like the weird company.
My wife's mother's friend used to work for them, and she one day showed me all the companies that they actually own, and I was flabbergasted. Like this
They own
one
like half the world.
company,
Yeah.
I was absolutely flabbergasted by it. Like it was nuts. Right, what else can we get? Yeah, the Mbappe thing. I'll give you my 2 cents on whether we can afford it before we move on. And the real sticker point for me is what Connor touched on. That's the wages thing. Because apart from the fact that it's a lot of money to go out every week, particularly at a time where we're probably coming back behind closed doors, although by the time he comes, we may be back to, fingers crossed, full stadiums. It could destabilise other people in the dressing room, maybe. Or I don't know, are we treating footballers as big babies? Do we think that if, let's say, Kylian Mbappe came in and he was on £500,000 a week, that Virgil van Dijk would go, well, I want £500,000 a week, and Sadio would go, I want £500,000 a week, or are they big and bold enough to understand that bringing a player in like this will eventually financially benefit everybody through bonuses, through perhaps more goal scoring opportunities for them, through more trophies brought in, which again would lead to more bonuses, better brand deals. I don't know, maybe I'm just being wishful here. Hand on heart, would I put any money on him joining us? No, I wouldn't, if I'm being honest. The same way I wouldn't put money on Jadon Sancho coming and playing for Liverpool Football Club. But let's move on, Connor, to what I like to call Craig's bullshit rumour time, because I've gone through today and I've picked out a few beauties that I thought. The first one that stood out to me, ladies and gentlemen, is that Liverpool have apparently offered 32-year-old Dries Mertens a 3-year deal, even though he's 3 years already older than Gini Wijnaldum, whose sticking point seems to be a 3-year deal at the club, which would only bring Gini up to around Dries Mertens' age. So as good a player as Dries Mertens is, Connor, it's not something that I can see Liverpool offering a 3-year deal. Like, I just can't see that happening when you've got Gini at the club who wants that 3-year deal, and I think that's the sticking point, that he's 29, heading for 30, and that we don't want to give it to him, but apparently we'll lash Dries Mertens till he's 35. Like,
I'll put that back to you. Dries Mertens is actually 33 next week, so it's even worse again.
He's trying to be 36, like.
There's no way we're giving Dries Mertens a contract until he's 36. Maybe 1 year at a push on maybe like half decent money, but there's no way we're giving him big money for 3 years at the age of 30 fucking 3.
Yeah, that's another one that stinks to me of a Jose Mourinho type move, to be honest.
Exactly, yeah. If he was 26 or something, we'd say, okay, maybe. But he's 33 next week. There's not a chance.
Even if he was Gini's age, mate, even if he was 28, 29, I'd probably say on a free contract, because his contract is running down at Napoli. Yeah, take him. But nah, there's no way at 30 up to 36 years of age. I just can't see it happening. Right. So number 2 on the list is Willian. What are your thoughts on Willian, Connor? He's one that's been touted around a lot of clubs in the Premier League at the minute. We know his contract runs out at the end of this season with Chelsea. Chelsea fans, I've heard mixed reviews, if I'm being honest, from Chelsea fans about him. What I've seen, I always thought of Willian as a very good player, and stylistically somebody who I think would fit into Jurgen Klopp's makeup, but one again that I don't see happening.
Yeah, what age is he actually? I need to search that. But it's been very, very, very mixed response on him. I think I'd take him for a year or two, to be honest, especially if Shaqiri's leaving. Like, he'd be an upgrade on him at least. Like, I think Chelsea fans do talk a lot of shit about him, but I don't think he's half as bad as they make him out to be.
I mean, I can understand the fact if you're a Spurs fan and he was halfway to your stadium before he pulled a Yui in a garage and turned around and went to Stamford Bridge, you'd still be a little bit annoyed about it. But, I mean, he probably would be a player that would be ideal right now for Spurs.
Yeah, it's just another Mourinho signing. But
and this genuinely, we aren't setting out to have a go at Jose Mourinho here. Genuinely, we aren't. Like, this just happened to come up in conversation a lot tonight.
Just a beautiful coincidence.
Yeah. While we're measuring wages in Freddo's as well, Conor, I think it's only fair that when we see the stats before games as well now, they should be measured. Their height should be measured in Freddo's, and they should be weighed in Freddo's as well.
No, height is only in egg rolls.
Egg rolls?
Yeah.
Are from like the Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they could vary from Chinese to Chinese, mate. We don't have a standard measurement of egg roll. We're going to have to come up with a standard measurement of egg roll. Like, what is one egg roll unit like?
Okay, let's do it in Diet Coke cans then.
Oh, you would have had me 2 weeks ago, mate, but then they brought out them tall, skinny ones. So
Yeah,
now even that's fucked up. I wonder how many Freddos tall Virgil van Dijk is. There's going to be a lot of Freddos.
Sure, we can figure that out.
Guarantee you somebody in our chat will have that figured out by the end of the stream, because we do have...
I'm going to do it here now.
I love it. Right, I'll go on, ladies and gentlemen, while Connor's measuring how tall Virgil van Dijk is in Freddos. I'd eat him if he was chocolate, though, I'm not going to lie. What a man. Coutinho apparently made contact with Liverpool about a return, but only after he found out that Bayern Munich had no intent on making the deal for him permanent. This is another one that I'm putting into the bullshit file, because one, we know that a couple of journalists put out a while ago that there was a conversation had, a very short conversation, around Felipe Coutinho perhaps returning to Liverpool. I think it was at the time Barca were willing to loan him out and before he went to Bayern Munich, but when Liverpool heard about the wages and the loan fee that was required, it seemed that was a very quick decision that turned into a no, and he went to Bayern Munich. And to be fair, he's starting to show form. I mean, at Bayern Munich, were they ever really going to pay the money for him after 2 years? I don't know. He would have been, 28, 29 by the end of that 2-year loan deal? No. Yeah, I think about 28, 29 maybe at the end of that 2-year loan deal. So were they then going to go to Barcelona and give him another 80 million quid? I doubt it. The last one is actually a player that we own, and I'm calling this a bullshit rumour. So Kevin Phillips thinks that Liverpool should bring back Loris Karius as an understudy to Alisson Becker going forward into next season, ladies and gentlemen. And Connor, I'll come to you on this one. I do think we need a better backup, so I will agree with Kevin Phillips on that one, but I don't think that Karius is it.
I'd agree and disagree. I think he's probably nearly good enough, but just because of what happened, I don't think we'll see him back. Like, I'd rate him as good as Adrian, to be honest, but like, just with the history, I can't see him come back.
Oh, I'll give you that one for sure. With regards to the level of goalkeeping ability, yes, but like, it got to a point with Simon Mignolet where every time the ball was rolled back to him and he was about to clear it, I was holding my breath. And I think with Karius, every shot, even one straight down his throat, you would have a little bit of nerves. And I think we're starting to get that with Adrian.
That would spread to the centre backs then too, like.
Yes, and it would probably affect the decision making. Because I'm still haunted by that goal against Atletico. I can still see Virgil van Dijk pointing exactly where he wanted Adrian to play that ball, and there was an option to his left hand side. And look, I won't get into it because I'm going to start crying again on stream. Dave Sweeney reckons 33 Freddos.
I actually have the answer here. Everyone get their comments in, guessing how many Freddos tall that Van Dijk would be. I have a measurement of a Freddo off the Cadbury's website, so I'm going to trust that. And
we're going to go Hot Mic first, because we love Hot Mic people, because they've gone over, downloaded the app, put in the code Anfield, all capital letters, press the follow button on there. What? Can you get it anywhere? Yes, you can get it on the Google Play Store or in the Apple App Store. And what is it expensive? Like 99p or... No, it's free. Absolutely free. So there you go. Hot Mic, our Hot Micers, what do we think? How tall in Freddos is Virgil van Dijk? And don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we will be coming for more comments on that throughout the stream. Connor's not staying on for the entirety. He just thought he would show his face, just let everybody know that he's tickety-boo. 35 Freddos we have from Liam. 34 Freddos from Owen O'Connell. I think there's definitely been people putting some measurements together here, because these are all far too close. Christine's gone out on a limb here and gone 55. Marcus De Paulo's gone for 58 Freddos. I think Ronnie's he's lost the will to live at this point. He's just saying no, for God's sake, no. I think that was about Karius though. I don't think it's about Freddos. I don't think anybody could hate Freddos that much. Divock's massive cock has gone for 41.
It's like, are people stacking them up the way, or like putting them on top of each other? Like, which are they, flat or standing up? That does affect it.
Oh, you'd have to go standing up.
Yeah, surely. That's why.
You'd
That's why
have
I've
to
done
go
it.
standing up, like, yeah,
If we're going standing
definitely.
up, going off Cadbury's official measurements, everyone is completely fucking wrong so far. Not even
Hang
close.
on, we haven't got over to YouTube yet. Let's give the YouTubers a chance.
I'm
So,
looking at YouTube. No one's close.
Rob Shepard's gone for 40, Kevlar's gone for 32, Tom Boland's gone for 37, Casper's gone for 40, 76 for Mr. Morrissey, 53 for Thomas McGee, 65 for John Hamilton, 38 for LFC Fan 96, 57 for Marco, 62 for Saint Boy, and 250 for Red for Life, 75 plus for Morrissey, 750 for the Oasis. Right, go on, Connor, give us the answer.
Right, this doesn't sound right at all, but like I said, measurement is taken from the official Cadbury's website. Do not blame me. About 19 and a half.
19.5.
Yeah, apparently Freddo's are 10 centimeters tall, and Van Dijk is about 193.
Right, so if they're 10 centimeters tall, 3 Freddos is a foot. That's 12, because 12 inches, there's 30 centimeters in a foot. So
Yeah,
3
apparently.
Freddos, yeah. So there you go. Tom Jones said 20, to be fair. That's very close.
I can't think. Freddo's aren't 10 centimeters tall, are they?
There has to be a Stewart's inquiry on this one somewhere.
That's what it says on the website. It says 10 centimeters.
I mean, why would they lie? There's no reason to lie. The good folks at Cadbury's have no reason to lie to us. There you go. So it's 19.5 Freddos tall. Bet you Virgil van Dijk didn't know that. Bet you that's one piece of information that Virgil van Dijk could be giving Connor that he never knew.
There you go. I sent it in the chat. That's what the Cadbury website says.
He is Data Bird. I love it. I love it. I love when we go off on tangents like this. These are some of my favourite moments, like on streams. People tune in for real football content like this probably ain't it tonight, ladies and gents, the way this is looking, but we're going to have some fun anyway, because there's too much serious shit going on in the world and we need to relax and enjoy ourselves. Right, so Connor said date of birth 1994. That even looks like makes me feel so old, man. Me being born in 81, that makes me feel so old. Because it doesn't matter, like I see a footballer like Van Dijk or Lallana or Henno, you know, when they get to become senior pros, and like I guarantee you other men are the same. We all think like we're the same age as them. We all think, oh yeah, like I'd go over a pint with him. Me and Verd sitting down, same age. But we don't grow up, men internally. I just don't think we grow up.
It's even gets that point in me though. Like I'm sure, like everyone has the moment where they realise, shit, this footballer or actor or musician, anyone's like, he's younger than me and he's doing that much.
What?
That's getting with me now.
Are we saying Freddos were born in 94?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, right, so I was about first year, heading to school, stopping at the shop, getting myself a little bottle of lemonade, little bag of Tato, only because Kyo's hadn't been invented at that point. And then I was getting little Freddos, and they were 10 or 12p at the time. 1994, mind blown, there you go. I mean, who thought you would have come on here and got factual information like that? Can somebody give me a hot mic count, ladies and gents? I want to try and get us to 1650 before the end of the month. So if anyone hasn't yet downloaded that app, don't worry, you still get the live chat function, by the way, that you get on YouTube exactly as it is. The members don't get to use their emojis over on hot mic. That is one difference, but there's also less trolling, so there's a plus there as well. I actually have a phone call with a very big broadcaster tomorrow to see if I can get said broadcaster over to join the Hot Mic family as well. So I'm looking forward to that phone call, because again, I think it'll be a massive plus for everybody involved. Joey said he was 1.5 off. No way, 6 centimeters at most. Christine's calling bullshit on
it could be the packaging could be a bit taller, like when stretched out. I don't know. I need to buy one at some point and check, won't I?
I'm literally, I have a 12-inch ruler about 1.5 from me. Well,
it's only 3 of them. It's only 3 of them. Like when you think about it, it's like 10 centimeters isn't that big.
10 centimeters, like, but I can't imagine 3 Freddos adding up to the length of the wooden rulers that we had in school.
I don't know. I think you'd be surprised.
Are we going at 1994 Freddos here, though? Do you know what I mean?
No, this is the page actually order them from right now, like.
I was trying to include shrinkflation. I was trying to get it in there. I was wondering if there was any way I could bring it around the shrinkflation.
I didn't actually find that though. Apparently there was a lot of people giving out that they made them like 20% less heavy. It was like went from like 15 grams to 12 grams or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, the biggest con of them all, mate, was when do you remember the Toblerones? They took out the valleys, they hollowed the valleys in one of the bars of Toblerone, and it was only in one specific size as well.
Sake.
Bastards.
The bastards, aren't they?
They are. I mean, greedy fuckers. And then you've got not the pervert Toblerones though, not those ones, like not the ones you get in the airport. Which I think Eddie Izzard described them in a joke as a pervert Toblerone, and I think I heard it maybe 20 years ago, and I have always described them as pervert Toblerones because I always envision the big massive ones, because I always envision somebody getting one up the arse just going with the Toblerone. I don't know why. I've no idea why, but every time I'm in and I see them, they usually have them stacked quite nicely in the airports, quite high. But every time I see them, I think of somebody getting one of them rammed up their backside.
Fuck's sake.
There you go.
How did we get to this?
So there's some football to be talked about as well, apparently, at some point here. So let's get back to football. We'll get back around to Freddo's. Right, look. So the Premier League look to be working behind closed doors and will return to action hopefully in June. There's going to be another call on Friday where all the stakeholders have their say in matters and discuss things further along. It's believed the idea also has significant political backing, as it would give people a boost, and the enjoyment, of course, of getting to watch sport again would help people feel like we're getting back to some form of normality. I think it was written, there's a good piece in The Independent by Miguel Delaney on this, I believe it was. FIFA's believed to have proposed allowing teams as well, Connor, you told me about this, to make up to 5 substitutions, with teams being given organised slots for the changes in order to stop potential time wasting.
I hadn't seen the slot part, actually. That's a good idea. Just so you can't make like 5 substitutions in at a time.
I can shoehorn Jose Mourinho into that conversation there rather easily as well.
There you go. Yeah, I think it's a good idea though, because like, imagine like just like they've been training to play all these games, and then suddenly just nothing, and they're stuck at home with no, like, obviously they're training at home, but it's not the same. Like, they won't exactly be match fit when the games do come back.
I wonder is the reason because of. I think the answer to this is probably twofold. One is, like you've just pointed out, mate. They are training at home. They're doing their yoga sessions. They're doing their stretches. They're doing their bits on the treadmills and the medicine balls and everything that they're doing. But also nothing beats match fitness, like you've said before. And the games are going to be coming thick and fast, I believe, as well. They're going to probably be playing every 3 days. So again, it will start to take its toll on players' bodies. So this will probably be as well to try and prevent injuries for squads that could already be a little bit depleted anyway. So in the chat, what do we think about this idea? 5 substitutions perhaps when football does come back. We're getting close, by the way. Thank you, Joanne. Joanne said it's 1,629 followers in Hot Mic, which means we just need 21 more of you absolutely amazing Freddo-loving legends. If you love Freddos, download the Hot Mic app. I mean, I wanted to get a chain so our code is Freddo, but as it stands, just put in the code Anfield when you download the app. And also, there's something else. We talked about the potential of Premier League returning to action in June, but where are we? La Liga seems to be working towards a plan that will see players set for daily, I'm not even going to say the words for fear of being demonetized, but let's just say tests, and I think you know what I'm talking about, with the first test potentially taking place from this Thursday, and then that would lead
what
to
kind of tests, like general knowledge kind of stuff, or what?
Well, I imagine it will be units of Freddo measurement in some way, shape or form, like
advanced Fredonomics.
Yeah, exactly. Like, have you tested positive for Freddo? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, you don't deserve to be taking part in the sport anyway. So
if you answer no, they bring you around the back with a pervert Toblerone. Sorry, having a stroke. They're trying to talk.
Yeah, but then you get cocky on the way around, go, yeah, it's going to be one of these lads that have the hollow in the valleys, and then they go, oh, no, we've been to the airport, motherfucker, we've got the big uns. And then the club doctor gets the glove, pulls it down, stretches it, let's go, here we go. Right, anyway, move back on. So the first step of this how the fuck did we get here? how did we get here? The first step in this 3-step La Liga program to try and get back to playing football as well would involve players returning to training, firstly individually, then in small groups, and finally the full team. The second stage of the La Liga plan is the squads will have to live together in isolation away from their families, and matches may have to be played behind closed doors until 2021 for La Liga. The league has 3 scenarios to resume the season and have outlined potential return dates of May the 28th, June the 6th and June the 28th. They're acutely aware as well of the financial implications to this, because they believe if the season in La Liga were to be null and voided, that it would cost approximately €1 billion to null and void or to cancel and not finish that season. Each team would also ideally have a month of training before playing, and any player that does test positive would be placed in isolation, but given the spread as things currently are, and nobody knows really what's going on. But that is La Liga's plan. The Premier League have started to put their plan in place. I think Germany as well starting to move towards a date there. So I think, Connor, what we can say is there seems to be a consensus around Europe and with UEFA to get these leagues finished somehow, some way, and as soon as possible. But again, with safety in mind.
Can I just say first, that sounds like a banging TV show, doesn't it? Just like set cameras up in the house and we're all living together. Someone gets coronavirus. Oh, I said it. Bollocks. Throw them into like a cage in the corner.
Somebody needs to send us a super chat quickly because we've just been demonetised.
Hopefully not. You know what I mean? It's like set up like a Big Brother kind of thing with all them in the house, and just have like the ones with the virus in the corner or like in a big cage or something. That definitely has potential, like.
Oh, because you just know Jimmy Milner be on a wind-up the entire time. Like, he would be just going around setting people up left, right and centre in the diary room, full on, giving it like big uns. It could be sponsored by Freddo's.
There we go, full circle. But yeah, back to the actual talk. It really surprised me when the Dutch league cancelled this week. I don't get and even like the lower leagues of England, what's the idea of cancelling it? Like I said it to you and you kind of agreed with me, it was a good point. Say if Game of Thrones season, I don't know what was the last one, season 6 or something, if season 5 had been postponed halfway through, they wouldn't just cancel the rest of the episode and skip to season 6. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why would you do it for football?
There actually is, I can equate this to a television show for you actually. What's the one with House of Lies? House of Cards? House of Cards.
Oh yeah, with Kevin Spacey.
When Kevin Spacey had his whole situation going on, they basically killed off his character and went about the show then with the next series because they'd already started doing some filming. So there is we can equate this to a TV show. And yeah, you're right. I mean, how can you? And I don't think it's just them. I think aren't the Belgian league awaiting clearance as well? I think from UEFA to bet the European places and stuff like that. Didn't they want to just award the title to Bruges?
I have no idea. I haven't seen that at all. But like, again, why would you cancel it now? Like, people seem to think that's like, oh, cancel this, we'll just start again next year. Next year is going to be fucked too, let's be honest. Why would you fuck 2 seasons? It does not make sense.
Colin McAteer said, if you love Glenn Whelan's world-class talents, get Hot Mike. That could potentially be the worst pitch column I've ever heard for Hot Mike, ever. Even Glenn Whelan sitting at home now shaking his head, mate, tucked into a Freddo, saying no.
He's like Glenn Whelan, not Hot Mike.
Glenn Whelan, of course he is. I assume he is. There could be an unexpected few quid though for the Reds, an unexpected financial bonus. Apparently, Juventus are interested in signing our former player Luis Alberto from Lazio, and Liverpool were clever enough to put in a 30% sell-on clause into that deal, Connor. So if Juventus do go and get Luis Alberto, who's been doing really well for Lazio, could be a nice few quid in it, I should say, for Liverpool, who we sold to Lazio in 2016.
Michael Edwards strikes again, doesn't he? I'm assuming it was him and it.
I didn't write that in my notes because I couldn't remember that far back, and I didn't want to fuck up and say it was him or not.
Sure, it probably was. We give him credit anyway. Yeah, it's always good just to have a nice couple of quid coming in, isn't it? To be fair.
Yeah, I mean that is class though, and especially because it was so long ago, like 2016, and now we're talking about 2020, and we could still be making money off a player that has spent 4 years developing his game at Lazio, developing very well at Lazio, and we could still make a 30% sell-on fee on that. That is absolutely class.
Definitely. Joanne's actually just debunked Google here. It says Fredo is 6 centimeters and 5 millimeters tall.
Shit, she has one. You have put it in the Discord group, Joanne. Photograph time. Come on. If you've got a Fredo, we need proof. Send the photo. You're in our Discord group, which, by the way, if you're wondering why we're saying we have a Discord group, anybody who is a member of the Anfield Agenda Ultras, which is our $4.99 membership, gets into our Discord group as well, where we chat online and get to prove whether Fredos are actually as big as Joanne is saying or not. So if that isn't a reason to hit the join button, I don't know what is.
Right, let me do the new calculations. It's about 29.5 or 30.
Oh,
that sounds a bit more right, doesn't it?
It does. We need conclusive proof here. We're gonna have to get I think there could be a
Guinness.
Guinness.
Have to get Van Dijk to lie down beside a lot of Fredos. It's the only way we can do it.
I think there has to be a Guinness World Record attempt in here somewhere as well.
Can someone clip this up and just keep tweeting Van Dijk about it? See what he replies.
You just fucking know now that tomorrow you're going to be looking at YouTube and Mr. Beast is going to be doing something with Fredos. He's going to be planting a Fredo forest somewhere.
Plant 20 million Fredo trees.
What a man! What a man! Honestly, I'm a hater most of the time. I hate to give anybody credit, but that man is just a goddamn legend.
You can't hate him. He's just so wholesome and he just does so much good.
Imagine how proud his parents must be.
He's just giving him 200 grand at times. He basically bought him a house and all.
I know my dad looked at me sometimes as a kid going, "You're never gonna make me rich, you little prick." You just know he did at some point. Loves you and all that stuff, but you knew I was never turning into a Mr. Beast. Put it that way.
I'm sure your dad knew Mr. Beast back 20, 30 years ago.
Oh, he knew. Yeah. He knew he was coming. He knew he was coming, and he was already belittling me, saying, "You're never gonna be a Mr. Beast, Craig. You're never."
You were there. Who the fuck is Mr. Beast?
And he said, "Don't make me get the fucking Toblerone, son. Don't make me get the Toblerone. I've just been to Santa Ponza. Don't get me started." Right, I think I've got one more thing. Oh yes, another talk about a striker. So a report in Italy makes the suggestion that Liverpool have apparently earmarked Lazio forward Joaquin Correa as a transfer target. The 25-year-old Argentinian forward began his professional career in his home country with Estudiantes before moving to Sampdoria, Sevilla and then eventually Lazio in 2018, where he has since scored 12 goals. He also made his international debut in 2017 and has been capped 4 times so far for Argentina. To me, Connor, I would not be that impressed with Correa, if I'm being honest.
I'm going to be completely honest and say I haven't a fucking clue who he is. But if Klopp wants him, then fair enough. If not, then it's probably bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember where the report came from because I do like to give credit. It might have been either Calcio Mercato or Corriere dello Sport, maybe. I think it was an Italian publication, if my memory is served correct. Right, I'm going to go to some comments now because there must be some absolute doozies. And by the way, if we do hit 1,650 Hot Mic subscribers on the stream, I promise you that the next stream on Thursday I will be sitting here, Fredo in hand. Promise from me to you, I will eat a Fredo if we get over to 1,650, or if we get to 1,700, I'll eat 2 Fredos. Do you know what I mean? And I'll
if
eat
that's
them.
Not incentive enough, I don't know what is.
I will eat them in the most pornographic way you've ever seen a man eat a Fredo. I mean, I'm not sure how many men you've seen eat Fredos, but either way, this will be epic. Never mind that bird selling her bathwater. Pish posh. Nothing compared to Craig eating a Fredo live. That's going to be the entirety of the stream, by the way. It's just going to be me unboxing, because I think it deserves a whole procedure, Connor, for the eating of the Fredo.
I can't wait. You need to do a full unboxing video, and just nicely peel off the wrapper so you don't damage it, so you can get framed afterwards. Good taste tests, and where you see the food test, spitting into a bucket to clean their palate and stuff. You have to go full on food review, whereas just do Blue Van Man style.
Yeah, I'm thinking of going on to Amazon afterwards and seeing how much it is for a box. I'm not gonna lie. Although that might be easier to just go to the garage and ask the one out the back. Do you have a spare box there I could buy? Rob Shepherd said that Joanne is indeed right, by the way, about the Fredo situation.
There we go. Two sources saying the same thing. It must be true.
Have you looked into Discord? Have you got a picture yet, Joanne? Unless you've scoffed it, in which case fair play. I'd have probably done the same. Like,
Brian, we will not stop saying Fredo. I'll say Fredo all night if I have to.
oh Fredo, do 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 do, defo not the caramel one, do 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 do. What have we got? Thomas McGee said no to the carriers thing because of Kelleher. It's really weird. Hot mic is like a second behind me, and I finished my dance, and out of the corner of my eye, I could still see myself dancing on the hot mic screen that is up beside me, and it freaked the shit out of me.
We need to make some like gifs of you dancing and stuff in front of the green screen. Then just like, well, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll make videos of you in front of the green screen doing stuff, and then we'll send it out and let people put whatever they want behind you.
That is a show. That is your show, because our green screen's the perfect height. Like, I think it's 8 foot tall, 4 foot wide, so perfect. That can be done.
We'll get you saying like random things and like doing random dances and stuff, and then let people do whatever they want.
No, Liam said the weight of Van Dijk and Fredo's is 5,000 or 5,111.11.
Jesus.
Colin McAteer said Dwight McNeil, Harry Wilson, or Todd Cantwell. Todd Cantwell, for sure, for me in that situation.
What was her name?
Dwight McNeil, Harry Wilson, or Todd Cantwell.
Oh, Cantwell, definitely.
I mean, I really want to big up Todd Cantwell and the possibility of us signing him, but I keep getting shot down every time I do it, so... yeah, get a Toblerone with the Fredo, said Tom Jones. Like, mate, I'm not fucking a millionaire here. Like, Toblerones don't come cheap. Freddo's...
Man, the airports are closed. What part of this do we not understand?
we could play it. We do have an ace up our sleeve, though. We do have a friend that works in the airport.
There we go. That's a show.
There you go. Ella would look after us, I'm sure. If we got Ella to grab us a pervert Toblerone and post it down. Ella works in Dublin Airport. There's
another question. How much would it cost to ship one of them big, massive Toblerones? Like,
oh, I've asked this before.
You've asked this before.
When we were in Liverpool 1, do you not remember me showing you a giant Toblerone in the American candy store? Yeah, I asked them how much to ship that before. I think they said it was about £70.
£70.
And I mean this one, like the bar itself cost over £100. I think, like it was humongous. Like it was. I want to say it was at least a meter.
Jesus.
Like it was big, like big ass Toblerone. Like I thought at first it was a joke one that they just put in the window, but no, it was real.
Is it like that big thing of meat that I picked up in Orlando? Or is it
yeah. But that was class. I still think about that actually. Any Americans
it was like a
watching,
massive tube. It was probably like about probably like me and a half wide. It was massive.
It was like an Irish pudding. Sausage. It was like a thing of Irish pudding, but like
except it was like mincemeat, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was basically, I think, probably a foot and a half in length, and the size of maybe a quarter pounder. I think it was basically a big slab of burger meat that you could just cut slices of burgers, and it blew our minds. I mean, I did say before that some of my favourite things were just walking around supermarkets in America looking at mad shit that we can't get.
Yeah, it's such a different world, really, isn't it?
It is. Joanne tipped 189 and said the pick is on Discord.
Let's have a look.
My phone? Where's my phone?
Just
I have my phone
for
in my
proof.
pocket. Hang on. I'm also wearing a pair of Call of Duty pyjama bottoms, which I bet none of you fuckers believe me either. Like, why would I, a non-gamer, have Call of Duty pyjama bottoms? I don't know. You would have to ask my mother-in-law that question.
Scotty actually sent us some interest in Discord as well. It's from Ian Doyle on the Echo. He's saying FSG left with no option as Liverpool face reality of financial change. Basically saying we're pushing back the Anfield Road end development by 12 months.
Yes, I do have that in my notes actually. It is true, and thank you for that, Scotty guy. I appreciate you bringing it up, buddy. So Liverpool have delayed by at least 12 months the plans to rebuild the Anfield Road stand, which would add a further 7,000 seats and take the overall capacity to 61,000 due to the impact of you know what. And that came from Paul Joyce on Twitter earlier on, but that was extended then in the Echo, where they went on to say the club are keen not to have any stadium work impact the football itself and will continue to conclude the development, I should say, in between seasons. As a result of the decision to halt the operation, the earliest target date for a completion is now the summer of 2023, which is a year later than originally anticipated, and it means that the planning application will be submitted in the spring of 2021, with work hopefully due to begin in December of next year. So good that they're still looking to go ahead with the Any Road end, and we got to say, Connor, this one kind of was taken out of the owner's hands. We can't put any blame here on anyone.
I'm sure that won't stop people taking a dig on for no reason still, though.
Oh, mate, I have had so much fun today on Twitter telling voiders to go and stick it up their ass. Like, I've spent half the day on Twitter having fun with people who were a part of there's no choice but to void the season. Oh, I've had so much fun with them.
It's
anyway,
so obvious, though, because like, you see that and you think, okay, I'm going to click on the profile. Proud Evertonian. Oh, that makes sense. That does make sense, doesn't it?
West
of course
Ham
you would.
fan, or the one that really got to me, like I felt really bad when, and it was a genuine conversation, I think, with good intent. I think was it Lee Gunner or was it Claude or somebody brought up the fact that they were talking about. Actually, I think it was Terry from Claude and the Bansters was in our chat and brought in this whole merit system. Do you know, like coefficient system that UEFA were thinking of using to determine who would get the European places if the season couldn't finish, based on the last, 10 years of the European action, which would have basically meant, I think, United got a spot, Liverpool, Manchester City, and I don't know if it was Chelsea or Arsenal, but it would have pushed Leicester City out, which I would have been, I mean, even at my most Liverpool bias there, I was just thinking you cannot do that to Leicester City. That would be just, no. Like, they've earned the right to at least go and get that spot.
Not even just Leicester. I think it's Sheffield United for possibly Champions League, but like at least a Europa League spot. Like, you're fucking over so many people by doing that. Like, no one's going to tell me that Arsenal deserve to be in the Champions League. Nobody. It does not make any sense.
Yeah. What are Arsenal? 9th? 12th? I think they're at least 9th.
Like 11th or something, I think, yeah. At least they're definitely way out of Europa League spots now.
That is an interesting conversation. Like, how long has it been since we last looked at the league table?
Do you want me to read it out?
Go on. Treat us.
Right. Us at top, obviously. You love to see it. City 2nd, Leicester, Chelsea, Man United in 5th, Wolves 6th, Sheffield United 7th, Spurs 8th, Arsenal 9th, Burnley 10th, and then the bottom of the table is just Everton in the bottom of the table, of course. And then very bottom is Norwich, Aston Villa 2nd from bottom, Bournemouth 3rd from bottom, tied with Watford and West Ham, and Brighton 2 points ahead.
Right, so
imagine this sort of relegation with that now.
Yeah, that's Villa what I'm saying, in the relegation zone.
And Bournemouth going down on goal difference. Imagine how unfair that would be.
So again, just to reiterate, because I kind of spoke over you there when you were explaining it, the relegation zone right now, Villa are escaping on goal difference?
No, sorry, Villa are 2nd bottom, but a game in hand. If they won that, they go up 16th.
And who would be the 18th place team right now?
Bournemouth are 18th. If Villa won their game, let's say, it would be Norwich bottom, Bournemouth 2nd bottom, Watford 3rd.
Ooh, and then for the Champions League spots, what's the buffer between Chelsea and Manchester United in 4th and 5th?
Clear 3 points. All games played the same.
You got to give a bit of credit to United there, in fairness. I mean, you asked me that question 2-3 months ago, and I mean, I would have said, no way, no chance.
Yeah, to pull it back, to be fair. I seen the United stand tweeting though, they were saying like, if Fernandes had been here since last summer, I think we'd be up with Liverpool. All it is 10 more wins. It's like, you've dropped 4 points since in the games he played. We've dropped 5 points all fucking season. Like, it's not the same thing.
A couple of things there. One, I think maybe Mark was on a bit of a wind up. Secondly, was it Steve Hoare who quote tweeted it and said like come on, let's be realistic. Like as you said, Liverpool have dropped 5 points for the entire season. And look, it's still too hard to comprehend what the impact of Bruno Fernandes actually will be. I mean, it's been a good start for him, no doubt about it, but you can't overhype somebody that much just yet. Although he does look like a very good footballer, I'm not going to downplay him either. Update just to confirm on the Fredo situation. I'm calling it 6 centimeters. Connor, would you be fair on that one? Seeing the picture.
Joanne said 6'5", so I'm going to trust that. I think the angle would probably be better for her looking over it, so we're going to go with that.
So lies. So Connor must have been shrinkflation. It must have been 10
Hashtag blame
centimeters.
Connor. Nah, it's 10 centimeters with the packaging, I imagine, because it's fairly like long, isn't it?
Somebody said we got to 1650 on Hot Mic.
Do we actually?
I don't know, I haven't checked, but somebody said that we did. I don't know if it's true or not. Remember, 1700 gets a caramel one as well. I've just upped it to a caramel one, so you're going to get the dribble down the shin. So if you're watching this on playback later on, you're wondering, how can I help out? How can I see a man that already does not need to be eating any more chocolate eating not just a Freddo, but a caramel Freddo with that little dribble as well? I mean,
you crazy bastards actually done it. 1650, fair play.
I mean,
unreal.
Love it. This is why we say we've got the best community on YouTube. We mean it. We can have an entire stream dedicated to Freddos, and you guys still step up. Like, what heroes?
You love to see it. You really do.
Any questions before we finish up, ladies and gentlemen? Anything you want to ask Mr. Crosby? Because you had a chance to ask me lots of stuff. So if there was ever a question, whether you're on Hot Mic or YouTube right now, that you want to ask Connor, please feel free to do so. And don't be shy, because I don't have to answer it. So go ahead. Ask whatever you want. Yeah. I love this. I love when it's...
Get creative with it. Come
on. Sheffield United could still sneak a Champions League spot, said Warren. Yes. I mean, what a season Chris Wilder's having with Sheffield United. And keep going, by the way, on Hot Mic, ladies and gents. Please do download that app and put in the code Anfield. And follow us on. If you have, follow us as well. And if you're watching now on Hot Mic, please do hit the share button. Right. What else have we got? I think I paused the chat, so let me go. Callum
Ron was asking how tall I am. How tall do people reckon I am?
I actually, funnily enough, got measured by my wife the other day.
Well, how are you? I'm gonna guess you're like 5'8", 9".
Taller actually.
Really?
Yeah, a little tiny bit taller, not much taller.
9 to 10 or 5'10"?
5'10". I would say 5'9.5", but we'll give me a 5'10" on this one. Because you know when you've got kids and you measure your kids, you know you see them grow and you want to pretend like you give a fuck, so you put marks on the wall so you can go, remember? Look, I'm a great dad. Look, I actually ruined my own fucking wall for you, you little prick. Do you remember? Look. Is
that why you got the kitchen done up? Because you were just sick of looking at how tall Lucas used to be?
Funny thing is, there is still a piece on the door frame of the kitchen, a piece of masking tape with circus height from when she was younger. Even though we got the kitchen done, like.
Actually, I remember my complete tangent here, but my cousins used to have like a play shed kind of a thing, and like every year we used to put our handprints on the wall, so like every year it'll get bigger. Looked really cool.
Yeah, well, that is class. I mean, I'm not the most sentimental person in the world, but there are I've liked during this whole situation looking back over pictures and stuff like that, you know, because you've got nothing to do. There's only so much TV you can watch. There's only so much stuff you can read, and you try and not keep up with the news as much as possible. Although it does look like, touch wood in Ireland, Connor, we're starting to see better and better news numbers wise. You know, not to touch on it too much, which is good, and hopefully everybody around the world the same, right? But still, you're not getting away with this. We need some Connor questions. So how tall? Yeah, I think you're taller than me anyway.
I think I'm just over 6 foot. I to bang on 6 foot basically.
Yeah, I knew you were taller than me. I knew there was at least a couple of inches taller than me. Can you talk about the Stephen Houseman video you made? We didn't make that video, so can't talk about a video that we didn't make. We posted it for sure, and I don't know what you want me to talk about, but I'm not mentioning the rag, so we'll have to leave that. But we didn't make the video. What have we got? 5'10", really? That's surprising, said Brian. Why, we think I'm smaller? That's not in my non-platform high heel shoes as well. By the way, that's just me. It's unsexy, Craig. That's before he goes 50 Shades of Fredo.
There we go. Apparently I'm 24 and a half Redos.
Are you from Cork and do you buy a Liverpool shirt?
I am from Wexford, the lovely sunny southeast, and I usually buy like one shirt a year. I never really buy two a year, just one usually.
I'd be somebody. For me,
you usually get most of them, don't you?
I'd say two because I usually don't like one. And this year, actually, I only bought one, but then I went and bought a couple of training tops because I didn't like. Sometimes it can be a collar, or sometimes it can be if it's white because I don't like wearing white jerseys really because they don't suit me too much.
To be fair, it's like a business expense for you anyway, isn't it? Because you kind of need that stuff to wear on streams.
Yeah, I mean, looking like a chav, it ain't easy. Do you know, people think it takes no effort to look this scruffy, like, but, do you know, I had to go on, have a shower, shave my bald head. People don't understand how hard it is, how much work goes into being bald. Like,
just keep literally, bald,
yeah, every day. Got to shave your head every single day. I think the amount of men that have shaved their head during this pandemic has been hilarious as well.
Yeah, me and my dad both did it. So.
There you go. I knew it. Either growing beards or shaving hair. That's what men have been doing. I don't know. Maybe ladies have been going for some mad hair dye colours and stuff. I know my wife dyed her hair, but nothing too extraordinary. It's one of her normal colours. But yeah, it's been some interesting stuff going on. I'm 5'8" and 15 stone of pure Kildare beef. Said Red for life. Nice. I'm 6'6", said Callum. Wow. Joanne has herself a big ass son there, and Callum, 6'6". Do what you
Is your neck sore then from having to bend down through every fucking door you go through?
God, man, your mother would be broke if she was measuring you in Fredos, mate. She'd be broke, God bless her. What shirt do I prefer this year? Asked Scotty. The home one. I like the home one. The goalkeeper shirt is the nicest shirt of them all, but I wouldn't class that as something I'd buy because I actually don't know why I wouldn't buy a goalkeeper shirt, weirdly, but I think the goalkeeper shirt is one of the all-time greats for me, Connor, of Liverpool shirts.
Oh, it is so nice. It's so nice. Even like the leaked one for this year coming, the orangey coloured one, that's lovely as well.
Didn't you say to me before that somebody got like the keeper shirt with Lallana or something on the back of it?
Yeah, there's a fella I follow on Twitter. He's a really nice fella, actually. He's another graphic designer. He just really loves Lallana, and I think his girlfriend got for him for Christmas or his birthday. I think it actually looked class, to be fair.
It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fucking shirt. It really is. My little dude has it, and it's gorgeous. Right, Diesel. Oh, Diesel, how are you, mate? Diesel from Claude Nabansis is in the chat. How are you doing, buddy? Said, what current Arsenal player would you take, and would he start in the first team? I'll let you answer first on this one, Connor.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love being put under pressure on the spot.
Do you know how little amount of times I get to actually do this to someone, though? To actually take the pressure off me and throw it at somebody else, like.
I'll allow it. I would say Aubameyang, but he's getting on as well. Arsenal fans really seem to hate Lacazette. I don't get that. Is he that bad? Like, he used to be brilliant at Lyon, didn't he? And when he came in first, they all loved him as well.
Yeah, I don't understand that as well. I thought, like, except we don't watch them every week, so maybe there are things we're missing about Lacazette, but for me, like you, I was a little bit surprised he wasn't starting pretty much every game.
Yeah, I think probably him, because like, he's not too old, and like, I just always come back to imagine that player under Klopp, because they'd become like 10 times better. So yeah, him or maybe like Saka, like just get a good young player coming through.
Yeah, I'm going to go a bit left field. Like you said, Saka I like as well, but I like Martinelli.
Good shout. Forgot about him, actually, yeah. Very good shout.
It kind of would fit into the way we look to go forward, like with young up-and-coming players. And I think we even made a move for him before he went to Arsenal, if my memory is
We've been linked
correct.
to him since then, too, I think. There was rumours that we were trying to steal him away from Arsenal, like in 2 months ago, maybe.
Yeah, so it's a belt of a question though. Diesel, let me flip that, mate, if you're still in the chat. And I know there's so many of our wonderful players to choose from, mate. And yeah, I'm bragging a little bit here. What Liverpool player would you like to see at Arsenal? Loads of love for Saka as well, by the way. And I really do hope that we can get that kid. out of Arsenal. I know he's only got just over a year left. We did say there was Connor questions, and Rodders wants to know, Connor, what are your thoughts on the new kit? Now, he said kit, and I'm going to give you the option to talk about whichever one you like, because we've seen 5 or 6 different ones now.
The more I'm seeing them, the more I'm liking them. Not to say I didn't like them at the start, but like I was kind of, it's not too bad. I'll kind of wait to see more pictures or maybe get a feel of it in person to see. But I think it looks lovely. I think the kind of the bluey green just complements it very nicely. And like when you see, like me and you had a lot of discussion about like the small details. Like when you see the pattern that's stitched into the actual shirt itself and stuff that way, it does look twice as nice. And then when you add on like the Club World Cup badge and like Champions League badges and stuff, it just does look lovely. Like I think it'd be really nice. I'm gonna get that one, the home one definitely. The away one, a bit split on it. I think it is nice, but I wouldn't buy it. And same with the keeper kits. The home one looks very nice, but then the away one looks a bit strange. Like it was kind of, you sent me a picture of it. It looked like the middle of it was like a different material to the little arms or a different kind of pattern. It looked kind of strange.
There was the black and pink one as well. There was a picture of Trent in some black and pink shirt. I don't know if that was just...
There hasn't been any, like, the colour scheme of that is official, like, as said by Fully Headlines, who are 99.9% right all the time. So, yeah, I think that will be nice. But, again, I'd like to wait to actually see photos of it.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. I remember the very first time the leaked picture of the home kit came out and people were saying, it's not great, and you were one of the very first people that I'd heard say it's about the details, it's about the small little things on these ones. And when you've seen the picture with the gold Premier League badge on the side, when you see the World Club Cup badge, and when you see the Western Union on the arm, and everything kind of comes together, and you see the little dot patterns and stuff on it, you can see how properly raised up off the crest is and stuff like that. I'm with you. I think the more I see it, the more I like the home shirt. I still can't get my head wrapped around why the collar overlaps at the back. I just cannot get my head around that whatsoever.
I think it's just so it's a bit different. It's like every other shirt in the world is normal. Why not go a bit different?
What I haven't getting is the hate for the bluey greeny one. You were talking about the away one. I mean, everybody, bar one or two, has said that that's disgusting. That's actually one I'll probably buy.
I love a kind of mad kit like that. Like it looks just messy enough that it doesn't look weird. Like you've seen Man City's one. It's like kind of a marble kind of pattern, but like it literally looks like someone just googled marble pattern on Google and then just kind of overlaid it on. Like it doesn't look like it has any. What's even the word? It just looks a bit disjointed. It looks like it's a good idea, but wasn't really implemented properly.
Do you remember two or three seasons ago, and I'm awful at remembering which exact year it was, we had the kit where we had the really, really, really bright orange kit, and then we had the green and white kit that was supposed to be like a take on the old chessboard
17, 18,
kit.
I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was a really, really light green.
It looked blue in the pictures first, and everyone was going mad. But they actually did release a blue version, didn't they, as well?
I think so, but what tied that all together for me was the shorts. So I think it'll be the same with this away kit. When you see that with a black pair of shorts, I think the kit will make more sense than when you just see the shirt. I think it sometimes takes the entire thing to be tied together for it to make some visual sense. At least I'm hoping that anyway. Not that I'm gonna go full kit wanker.
I suppose you could say as well, like no one's gonna go full kit wanker obviously, but like, if you see it with black shorts, you could wear it with black tracksuit bottom or black jeans, whatever. Like it will look normal when it's not just a shirt floating in mid space. When it's just a render, like.
Scotty said Craig's the goalkeeper shirt for next year, the yellow one. It's a yellowy orange. I mean, it's a very vibrant colour, and I'm always a fan of vibrant colours. There's also kind of a grey one that's very hard to describe.
This the second keeper kit?
Yeah. The one that looks like a formal wear.
Yeah, again, I'd like to see it because like all we've seen is renders, but like, yeah, it looks a bit strange from what I've seen so far.
Boy said from his point of view he'd really like Torreira from Arsenal. I mean, you've got Ndidi though, to be fair, mate, a really good player who said that he's really happy to be at the club. I think we're going to start to wrap this up in a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So if there's one or two more comments to put in, please do. Our next stream should be on Thursday, which will be, yes, I think that Thursday is going to be the next stream. Again, both on Hot Mic and on YouTube. If you haven't downloaded the Hot Mic app yet, please do so. Put in the code Anfield, all capital letters, and give us a follow on there as well. If you're watching on Hot Mic, please do share the stream as well. I'll get them Freddos sorted out. I'll be eating Freddos on the next stream, I promise you. Like I said I would. Again, thank you so much to everybody for coming on. What else is there? Is there any more questions before we finish up? What do we got? It would be better with a goal. Trim Lad said Ronnie with this season's kit. Yeah, but there is history, like you've said to me before, Connor, about the teal in the shirts. Was it 95, 96 or 93,
I can't remember what year it was, to be honest, but it was one of the years Fowler was playing anyway, because the picture I was showing someone.
I think of it as the Neil Razor Ruddock kit, and also I think of it as the who's the other player that I think of with that kit? I can't think of it off the top of my head, but yeah, Ruddock is the person who comes to my mind when I see that kit.
Yeah, I'm a bit young for that, but you old people will remember that, like.
Excuse me, I'm the same age as told you earlier on as Virgil van Dijk and Jordan Henderson. I'm a senior squad player at this point, mate. And I do get paid in Freddos. That's how I work. I'm a professional after all.
There you go. That's the right way to go.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring this stream to a close. Thank you so much to everybody that has tuned in. Thank you to Connor for coming on. I've actually really enjoyed this one, and one where, you know, we can talk transfers anytime, but it's nice to have a bit of fun every now and again as well. So again, I really appreciate you guys tuning in, taking the time to watch us. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube before you head off. Smash a like as well. And if you have any Freddo based comments, if you're watching this back later on, we'd love to hear them. But most importantly, to all you legends that downloaded that Hot Mic app, you're helping us and our financial future on the channel. So thank you so much. Love you guys as always, and we will talk to you on Thursday. So thank you very much, and up the motherfucking Reds. Love to you all.